Hi everyone, this is Joshua Page. I wanted to talk about a topic today that seems to come up quite regularly on an everyday basis for us that people have questions on because they don't really get it. That topic is the electrical inspection and electrical permits. Every single project that we do needs an electrical permit. And we get questions all the time on, I don't see the permit on the window. Your electrician doesn't know if a permit's been pulled. When do you need a permit? Why do you need a permit? It's not a big deal. Well, you know, all of this stuff pertains to the electrical permit. So I wanted to clear that up a little bit and let you know a little bit about the electrical permit application in Massachusetts. This is it right here. Hopefully you can see that. Got some glare on it. Okay, so this is the application for permit to perform electrical work. What we have to do on every single job, really the way that the code is written, is any time for hire, okay, specific words, for hire, anytime an electrician for hire does work in a residence, a commercial building, industrial building, you're supposed to pull a permit. And when we use the term pull a permit, that's what we're doing. We're filling out an application to perform electrical work, and it's going to request the city or town, the owner's information, address, phone number, name, what the existing service is, and then a description of work, what we are actually doing on property. Then at the bottom, if we have insurance or not, the company's name, the licensee's name, the signature, the license number, and the phone number. That's all the information that gets put on here. Now what happens is when we take this, we go to the town's website, we find out the actual permit fee because they vary from every single town and they could vary by thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, so not every town is the same. And we give them a check. We either put this in the mail, or some towns are strictly online, so we fill out the permit online. We pay a fee, either credit card or check. When that is done, that's considered the permit is pulled. Okay, that's our slang words. That's what we say is the permit is pulled. Okay. After this permit is pulled, either this is put in the mail with a check or it's done online with a credit card. That's it. We don't do anything more. They don't send us this back. Now that I say that, there is, I think, one or two towns that might put a permit number on here. They might send it back, but it could be weeks from now, okay? Normally, we don't have anything. Unlike a building permit, this does not go on the window. It doesn't go in our office. We usually just file it. There's no code that states we need to have this visually on site. So our electricians are never going to have a permit for you to look at or to see. If you ever want copy that a permit has been pulled, all you have to do is contact the building department, ask for the electrical inspector in that town, and they can give you a copy of what we wrote as an application to them. The way that the code, so this is NFPA 70 2020 edition. We are in 2022. Every 3 years, we need a new code book, so we will be getting trained very shortly. Has its own laws and regulations, right? Then Massachusetts has the Mass Amendments. So the way that the Mass Amendments read, no person shall install for hire any electrical wiring or fixtures subject to this section without first or within 5 days. So we have to pull the permit before or within 5 days after commencing the work, giving notice to the inspector of wires appointed. And then it gives you a subsection law. Said notice shall be given by mailing or delivering a permit application form prepared by the board to said inspector. So we can mail it, okay, or we can do it online. Any person failing to give such notice shall be punished by a fine not exceeding $500. Okay, now the permit's been pulled. We do our work. Inspections. If let's say we had an addition on a kitchen, we had an addition on a house, or we're doing a kitchen remodel, or a bathroom remodel, or anything that's remodel where we actually, not us, but someone's takes down the sheetrock, and it's just the wooden studs, and we put in wires and we put in boxes and all that. Before the insulation can be put back on, before the sheetrock can be put back on, we need what's called a rough inspection. The inspector will come out and do a rough inspection. He'll inspect all the wires, all the boxes, make sure everything's good. That's what's considered a rough inspection. After the rough inspection has passed, then they can sheetrock, insulate, do all that stuff, paint. After the building's complete, the walls painted, everything's done, then we come back and we put in our electrical devices. So lights, switches, outlets, cable, network, whatever it is. After that has been done, we connect our circuit breakers, all the power is good, everything's good. Then what we do is we call in the inspector again for a final inspection. The final inspection is just to make sure that everything is working the way it was supposed to, the circuit breakers are wired the way it was supposed to, everything's labeled the way it's supposed to, and then that is the final inspection. There is a few other inspections. If someone were to dig a trench, okay, in the ground, and we put PVC conduit in the trench, before that conduit is buried back with dirt, they need to have a trench inspection. So the inspector comes out, looks at the trench, makes sure it's deep enough, there's no big rocks, everything looks good, then you can bury the pipe. There's also a service inspection where your electrical service in your home, either 100 amp or 200 amp, maybe it's fuses, maybe it's 60 amps, and we replace that and we put a new service up. That's a service inspection. The inspector will come out, make sure everything looks good, it's a code, the right breakers are in, the wires are done correctly. That's a service inspection. All of that happens after an electrical permit has been pulled, not before. So when we do this and we pay the fee, that fee is non-refundable because it's paid to the city, so we don't get that money back either. But there's nothing else after this has been done except for calling the inspector, getting the inspector out there when it's convenient for you and when it's convenient for them. One-time inspection for the service, one-time inspection for the trench, and then there's a rough inspection and a final inspection. There's a few other inspections with pools, but we won't go into that right now. I just wanted to let you guys know about the electrical inspection application for permit to perform electrical work in the state of Massachusetts. Hopefully this will clear up any confusion out there. Seems like there's a lot of questions and everyone compares it to the building permit, which is a lot bigger process, more lengthy process, need to get approvals. This is an application and then we can go to work. All right, take care.